Okay, guys, so this is our a final method of division that we're going to work with, and this is the area model, or the area method. Basically, it uses a box, and it's very, very similar to partial quotient. It's just writing it a little bit different. It's like short division is to long division. The area model is kind of that way to partial quotient. All right, so we're going to start off with our very first, our same number we've been working with, 1,976. So I'm going to go ahead and write 1,976. All right, I'm going to start off by kind of drawing a pretty little bit of a large area here. Okay, kind of a box there, because area method, we got to use a box. All right, and we're going to divide by 8, which is similar to what we've done in the other videos. Okay, well, just like in partial quotient, we're going to look at the entire thing, 1,976. And then like short division, we're going to divide it into columns. Okay, so we're going to figure out how many 8s we can divide out of 1,976. Again, we know that 1,000 times 8 is too big, but we know that 8 times 100 is 800. All right, so 8 times 200, oh, that would be 1,600. That would work, right? Because 8 times 300 would be 2,400, and that's just too big. So let's go ahead and put 200 groups of 8 out of this number. Okay, once we pull those 200 groups of 8, 200 times 8, we just decided was 1,600. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1,600 from our total here. All right, so 6 minus 0 is 6. 7 minus 0 is 7. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, well, I have 376 left over. Well, kind of like short division, whatever I have left over, I bring it to the next column. And so I'm just going to bring this 376 up here to the next column so I can start dividing out of that. And I'm going to make a little column right here. Okay, well, now I've got to figure out how many groups of 8 can divide out of 376. Well, 100 is way too big, so let's do some 10s. So 8 times 10, that would be 80. Nice, right? 8 times 20 would be 160. Oh, I can still keep going. 8 times 30 would be 240. Uh-oh, getting closer. 8 times 40 would be 320. Ooh. 8 times 50, right? 400. Okay, so that one's too big. So I'm going to use this one right here. Okay, so let's pull out 40 groups of 8. Now, let's take that out and see what we have left over. So I have 40 times 8, which we already found out was 320. So minus 320. Right? Now 6 minus 0 is 6. 7 minus 2 is 5. And 3 minus 3 is 0. So I'm left with 56 left over to divide. Let's go ahead and bring that 56 up here to the next column. And this problem can have as many columns as you want. I'm not going to use that last column, so I'm going to go ahead and erase it. But I could have used as many columns as I want. All right, as long as I keep having a remainder left over at the bottom, I just keep moving it to that next column. All right, well, this is just a multiplication fact. How many times does 8 go into 56? Well, 8 times 7 is 56, right? So 7. 8 times 7 is 56. And subtract, and we have nothing left over. So again, whatever I have up here at the top is what I have for my answer. So I just got to add all this together. So 200 plus 40 plus 7. Well, 247 is my answer. Okay. Similar again to partial quotients, we're dividing the entire number out. Similar to short division, where we're working in columns. But yeah, that's the area method. So you can do it as many times. I could have taken out 100 up here and then just made another column for 100. I could have made multiple columns for 10s. It really doesn't matter as long as you keep subtracting until you get no more left over. All right, let's go ahead and do one more problem. Let's do 570 divided by 5. Okay. So since we're doing the area model, I'm going to make this into like a little box here. Get me started. And I'm going to go down here. And I may not go all the way out. I may not end it over here yet at the back. Just until, that way I'll know if I have enough room or I need more room. All right, here we go. Well, let's see where we can start. 5 times 1,000. That's definitely too big, right? Because we only have 570. If you're going to pause it and work ahead of me, that would be amazing. Okay, but 5 times 100. Since in the 500s, that would make sense. Okay, we would subtract 5 times 100 is 500. I can totally do that. Just pull out 5. No, sorry, excuse me. Let's pull out 100 groups of 5. All right. Well, 100 times 5 is 500. Subtract, and we have 70 left over. Okay. Go ahead and pull that 70 to the next column. Well, 5 times 10 would be 50. 5 times 20 is 100. So I'm going to have to stop there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out 10 groups of 5. 10 times 5 is 50. Subtract, and we have 20 left over. Awesome. Bring our 20 to the next column. Looks like I'm going to be able to stop right there. So I won't need this extra box over there. Okay. So how many 5s can I get out of 20? Simple multiplication fact, right? 5 times what is 20? 4, right? Okay, so let's pull out 4 groups of 5. 4 times 5, 20. Subtract, and nothing left over. So our answer is we have to add all of these guys together. So 100 plus 10 plus 4 is 114. And that is the area model for division.